Everton look good. Let's start with positivity because I think positivity is the only place that we need to start with. Everton look good. They look really good. And as much as I would have wanted Rodriguez to start in the middle in the number 10 position, James Rodriguez was really good. James was really good, but I was just impressed by how Everton played for the entirety of the game and away from home, although without the whole things of fans, Everton dominated that game. They were the better team. They played better. I'm not a big fan of possession, but not only did they have more possession, they had better chances. They looked more threatening, and there was far better chemistry and synergy in the team as opposed to the team that were playing. We'll get to the team that they were playing, but James Rodriguez, I think for that first half, I don't think he had a single misplaced pass. Every time he had the ball, cutting on the inside, making great intelligence passes, accurate to the people, and so forth. Richarlison is one of those dudes where I'm not the biggest fan of him. He adds and everything, but I can just say that he's not a guy that should ever be a Brazilian starter. Never. He's a good squad guy for Brazil, and I think he's a talented dude. But I just think that his game is still very rough. He's going to be very rough because he should have gotten at least 2 or 3 goals because they had great opportunities. But I think he's one of those dudes that he rushes things way too much. And I think he's a bit too hyper. And he takes a bit too much time in what he wants to try and do. And because he can be a very good player, but he has to work on his game a lot more. But just looking from Alan, James Rodriguez, Andre Gomez, they just worked very well together. And I think so similar to what I was saying about Leeds and Bielsa, if Ancelotti can get these guys playing like this on a consistent basis, moving the ball like this, defending well and so forth, keeping this strong team ethos, because I just think and that's what he wants transfers to do. We'll get to the team that we're playing. We'll get there. 2010. But what you want are your transfers to improve your team, to make you better. And that is what these guys have done. I think in Alan and James Rodriguez, look, they're going to lose games. They're going to win every game. They're not going to play this well, but you can already see the kind of impact that James and Alan have made on these guys and on this team. So and management is key, man. Management is key, and you can just see how important management is, and you can just see the influence that Ancelotti has had on these guys. So shout out to these guys 100%. So let's now get to Uncle Moo. You see, Uncle Moo said something. The team that has most possession does not necessarily have control of the game, which is true. I would say possession is the most overrated stat. But Tottenham not only lost the game, they were smacked around, pimp-slapped, and devolved for 90 minutes. So I can't remember how many. I don't think Tottenham had any chances in that second half. It was scary, almost the mismatch. Tottenham were playing like the away side. It's funny, you can give up possession and everything, but Everton just looked superior. Dare I say, Everton looked superior to Tottenham. So I'm looking at this Tottenham side and I'm like, okay, what is the issue? So you get this dude called Højbjerg. Why? Sissoko because his main thing is that he's a spoiler. He's a thug. Like the guy, he breaks up play. Sissoko can do that very well. Dyer can do that very well. For me, I think Dyer's strongest position, is in midfield, being a spoiler or a DM. So what was the reason getting Højbjerg? What this team needed is a creative player. Andre Gomez, Alan, James Rodriguez, apart from being the best guys on that pitch, those are the kind of guys that Tottenham need. You need somebody that is creative, who can take the ball and make intelligence passes. That ain't your boy Winksy. That ain't your boy Højbjerg. That ain't your boy Sissoko. And then you have homeboy Lucas Moura, Son and Kane and so forth, these are attacking players. So my thing is, how do you get from the midfield to the attack? How do you create chances? And even more so, the wing backs, the full backs. Doherty was pretty all right for Wolves, but really? Is that your guy that's not going to provide good intelligence crosses? Davies is from the road. Davies is from the Welsh. He's from the Welsh forest. He's from the forest of Wales. So you're dealing with dudes where I'm saying, bro, where does the creativity come from? Because I see Harry Kane ain't a Messi. He ain't or really he ain't and where he can get the ball, turn around, beat one two. He's not dribbling past two, three guys and scoring. That's not what happened. He requires service. He needs people to provide for him. And my thing is, where are the provisions coming through? Lucas Moura is not a creative playmaker. Son, he can make a pass, but it's not a playmaker. That's not their strength. So who is a great crosser of the ball in this team? Who is a great through ball passer in this team? Who are they? Where are they? So for me, I don't know whether it's a Daniel Levy thing or something. Uncle, that should have been priority number one. You lost Ericsson, who everyone knows how important Ericsson was because he was a pass specialist. So, and when you lose him, who is there to deliver those great corner kicks, free kicks, through balls, crossfield passes? That 40-yard pass that just changes the pretty much was James Rodriguez. That's what all he was doing all day. James Rodriguez was just making those passes, 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 making those passes. You know, highly technical passes. So everyone now says Nkunku is done. Guys, it's the first game. It's the first game. See, people are so desperate to get to get Nkunku out of here, man. They're so desperate. It's like, why the hate for this dude? Why do you hate this dude so much? Why are you so desperate to get rid of this dude? Let him live. Let him live. But guys, I said this to begin with. This was always a bad fit. Tottenham needed someone that was the opposite of Pochettino. Pochettino and Mourinho are similar. Not the same, but they're similar. Which is they focus on structure. They don't have a particular, rather, they don't promote attacking style, forward play, or really trying to create a particular offensive personality. Of course, Mourinho wants his guys to score goals and go forward, but he's not. Let's say, look how Ancelotti and Thingy, you can see that they've trained in the art of when we have the ball, this is how we're going to play when we have the ball. This is how we're going to move the ball around. These are ways in which we're going to now create triangles. Now we're not going to create space. But for Mourinho, he's more about team structure, the structure of the team, and much more about psychology and psychosis. And I want you as individuals to be able to figure these things out rather than giving you a precise kind of blueprint as to how to attack. So that is Tottenham needed to, whether you want to get a Nagelsmann, whether you want to get a Tuchel, whether you want to get a what's called Nuno Espirito Santo, those kinds of guys where, all right, I have an offensive plan. I've got a clear way of how I want you guys to move the ball around when we have the ball. That's what Tottenham needed, you know? And I just think that, see, for me, it is the arrogance of Levy that says, no, you know what, Mourinho, big time coaches won trophies. We've got this big time stadium. We're going to get Mourinho and it's going to give us some trophies. What? Excuse me? No, it doesn't work like that, Levy. You need the players. If you want to win a trophy, you need big time players. Harry Kane is not delivering you a trophy. He's a very good striker. He's not delivering you a trophy because he's not that kind of player. He's a very good striker, damn good striker. He isn't the kind of guy who, yeah, I'm here, I will score the goals that will lead us to it. Nah, it's not happening unless you build the proper team around him. So I know everybody says that Uncle Mo is trash. I know everybody says that Uncle Mo is rubbish and crap and so forth. I know, I get it. You're haters. I know it pains you that he won in treble in 2010. I know, I get it. It pains you that he won with FC Porto. It pains you that he can win with Scunthorpe. I know. You're jealous and you're envious of the fact that he won 2 seals with 2 different teams, one of which was FC Porto. I get it. I understand it. I know they hate. But it is what it is. He still won those. But in 2020, see, this is my thing. You can't say Uncle Mo is finished if he's in the wrong team. Look at how good Everton looked. Look at how well Ancelotti has coached them. But weren't you guys saying that Ancelotti was finished when he was doing all that stuff with Bayern Munich? Oh, it's changed now, has it? Oh, interesting. So you basically pick and choose. You pick and choose. Sorry, man, you can't do that. You got to remain consistent. You got to remain consistent. So you see, Uncle Mo, this is not going to work. unless Levy, who the heck is Hoiberg? So Tottenham going into next season, and you want to get top four or win a trophy, and the signings you make are Hoiberg and Doherty. I mean, really? Really? You lose Ericsson. You lose Ericsson and you get Hoiberg and Doherty. That's madness. That's madness. So, but look, man, this team will win games because you've got Hurricane and you've got the Sunrise in the East and you've got Lucas Moura. So there are goals in this team. But the thing is, can this team win enough games to get top four? That is a big fat no. Can this team go in a run to win a trophy? I just don't think so, because I think when it comes to those critical points, they don't have the player you can rely on to take you through. They just don't. They have good players, really good players. They don't have that key player, and I just don't think as a team as a whole, these are guys who I can put my money on. I can back and say, you know what? These guys can go all the way and say what's up. They can't do it. They can't do it. So it's they got outplayed. They got outplayed badly. And similar to Liverpool, this should be a big wake-up call for Tottenham as to the fact of, this is going to be a tough season. Teams have re-upped. And with every season that comes from the Premier League gets tougher and tougher and tougher and tougher and harder and harder. Look at Liverpool. The number one team who beat everyone, 4-3. 4-3, and it was 3-3 for some time. So I think that the transfer window ends in October. If these guys don't get a pass specialist, a playmaker, somebody who can get the ball and can dictate play, set the tempo, and somebody who, that guy or a wing back, just one wing back who can dribble, has great balance, and can put great crosses into the box. Alexandro, Robertson, those kinds of guys. Because in Doherty and Davies, nothing, you don't get, like, what do those guys do in this? Like, Doherty, okay, he had that thing where he gave it to Kane and Kane put it over the top and then he didn't score. But what did they do really? What did they do to provide for anybody in this game? And like, see, if you want to get the best out of Harry Kane, you have to give him delivery. He can't do anything with the ball at his feet. He's not a guy that can ball at his feet, that can turn, go through. No. He's not. Kane isn't dribbling past anybody. It's not happening. That's not happening. And you can't give him a through ball and he will run onto it with pace. He has no speed. If you give him great delivery, he can finish. We know he can finish. We know because he's a great finisher. But in order for him to be a great finisher, you have to have guys who can provide for him and create for him. So if you don't have that, then I don't know what's going to happen. But I've said this many times before. Uncle Moo's not winning a trophy with Tottenham. I've said it before, so it's not like I'm saying anything new. Now, if you now say that, okay, Uncle Moo doesn't win a trophy with Tottenham, he's finished, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. Because I just don't understand why people hate Mourinho this much. That's what I don't understand. Maybe we'll talk about it later on tonight in the hangout on Sunday, but I just don't get and understand where this deep, violent, vociferous hate from Uncle Mo comes from. I just don't know where it comes from. But again, I told you, Winks and Højbjerg in your midfield, bro. And again, let me reiterate, I'm not big on possession, but you have to have at least an element of control when you're playing at the crib. It's just from a psychological respect level, when you're playing at the crib, you should control the game to an extent. Because it's just out of respect for the fact that you're playing at home, you should. Lord only knows what the reception would have been like if there were fans there. Because imagine if there were fans and they saw Everton literally keep the ball for long periods of time and control the game for long periods of time. It would have been a very, very, very weird atmosphere. Well, let's just see what your guys are saying, man. HH, because Josie couldn't get a job any higher than Tottenham. Look, stop hating, bro. Stop hating. HH, stop these excuses, bro. Mourinho is finished. Can we let Can we let the season? Okay, can we see 10 games, 15 games? Look, okay, I'll do this with you. If Mourinho gets sacked, keyword, if he gets sacked, then we can have that dialogue. Because if he gets sacked, then yeah, then we can have a discussion. That's what I'm saying. Not a full thing, but then we can have maybe a discussion if he gets sacked. Kuchina says, HH, can we appreciate the fact that Ancelotti is approaching his fourth decade in managing at the top level? Insane longevity for a coach. No, it's amazing. It's amazing. I told you, Ancelotti should have 4 UCLs to his name. I don't know what happened in 05. I mean, he literally built a dynasty in Milan. He really began that Real Madrid dynasty of 3 UCLs with Real Madrid. They worked out for Bayern, and who knows what he could be doing at Everton. So I think, no, Ancelotti is definitely one of the top managers that's out there. And I think him coming to Everton and trying to create something for Everton, I think it's a great project for him. Like, if you're Everton, aim for top 4. You may not get it, but aim for top 4. But Everton will be going to be an interesting team to watch. From lost to Leicester, HH, the King is back. PSG v Marseille, big game, nay. Lost Leicester, man, you're a psychopath, man. But I love you, bro. Yeah, I love your consistency. And PSG Marseille is not a massive game. A massive game are the UCL games that he messed up. Everton will finish in Europe. Guys, it's one game. I've seen this scenario play out so many times. It's only one game. It's only one game, and we cannot judge and say, oh, boom, this is definitely going to happen after one game. Now, let's see after 10 games, after 15 games. Remember, there was one season where Aston Villa were top of the table in like November, and then they finished like 5th or 6th. So you can't just say, like, boom. Like, it's about consistency. Okay, this isn't a knockout competition. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. No, it's sprint. So after one game, they look good. How will they look after 5 games? How will they look after 10 games? How will they look when they start getting injuries or players dip in form? It's a long process, bro. You can't be reactionary. JD Bose said, thank you for the super chat. He's going to be the first manager to be sacked. I hope he doesn't get sacked. That's just me, because I'm a massive Nkunku fan. I hope and I pray that he doesn't get sacked. But that Tottenham side does not. It looks broken. It looks broken. That Tottenham side looks broken. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't happen. That's just me. I'm hoping it doesn't happen, man. Moon needs players who can kill and die for him. Spurs don't have that bunch of Insta merchants. But this was what was said in the All or Nothing documentaries, that Mourinho wants men and he wants huge, massive characters. And I think the reason why he took Tottenham was that, okay, this is a real challenge. And you just have to respect people who want to take upon a challenge. You have to respect that. You cannot just, you have to respect people that say, yeah, I want a challenge. I want to really go through and really say what's up. I want to go through and say what's up. And I think you have to respect that. But he needs more than characters. He needs players, wing backs, and a playmaker. Without those, they're going to struggle and just hopefully find fortune and luck in hoping that between Moura, Son and Kane, they just somehow get goals, man. Hammers will ball in the EPL. No, look, when Everton secured, I said, no, that is a nice signature, man. That is a real nice signature to get, man. And I'm excited to see how he'll do. I don't want to just come out and say, oh my gosh, he's going to do amazing, and then he now does crap, but it's a nice signature. And I think for James Rodriguez, I applaud him for taking this. Because many guys be like, nah, man, everything is too low for me. That is too many steps below me. Like, I am a, World Cup guy. How can I go from Real Madrid and binding to Everton? It's about getting games. It's about playing for football. I would rather play for football regularly for Everton than be a bench runner for Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, From Martin Rosario, rest in power, Tupac, 24 year anniversary, we lost the GOAT. Yep. One of the great rappers of all time, man. Very, very sad, man. Shout out to Tupac Shakur. From Rahul D'Souza says, he insulted Wenger and Dr. Camero. Hearts are classless. But did they deserve it? Did they deserve it? That's all I'm saying. Did they deserve it? They might have deserved it. Spurs lack identity and lack character. Kane will regret staying at Spurs and not winning anything. But look, see, Harry Kane, bro, it's down to you. Because he has, I think, during the lockdown, he was saying to Jimmy Redknapp that, bro, no, I want to win things, you know. And if I have to leave Tottenham to win things, let me do so. Because I think Harry Kane has to realize that the chances of you winning something aren't great. And if you really remain at Tottenham, all you will be known for is a goal scoring merchant and championed by English media. But you are judged by the trophies you win and how you contribute to winning those trophies. So Harry Kane, you will never ever be mentioned in the same breath as the Cannibal, as Aguero, as Benzema, as Lewandowski, or even Aubameyang, because Aubameyang helped inspire his side to win an FA Cup, to help his side to win a trophy. So Harry Kane, if you've not done anything to help your side win a trophy, how can you be mentioned in the same breath as any of these other strikers? You can't. So you may have to leave, man. Alan always played well for Napoli in the UCL. No, look, man, again, another good signing. Like him getting Alan and James Rodriguez, these are nice signings. And if these guys can just maintain their good football and just grind out some results, I told you, top four now gets very complex. Now, I'm not saying Everton get top four. I don't think they will. But they could very easily sneak into 6th or 7th. Very easily, you know. Because that's the key thing now, is that Ancelotti now has had like a summer with these guys to really know them and know them well. So it increases the chances for them to be able to say, "What's up, man?" Do you still regard Mourinho as the greatest manager of all time? You see, for me, that question of the greatest manager of all time, it's impossible to answer. He's one of the GOATs. He's one of the GOATs, 100% for sure. He's definitely one of the GOATs. That cannot be denied. Anybody that denies that, you know, you can go F yourself. But so I cannot give you definitively who is the greatest manager of all time, because Fergie, you won 2 UCLs in like 20-something years. I'm sorry. That batting average is crap. Fergie, you're definitely one of the greats. 2 UCLs in over 20 years? Nah, man. Sorry, that's sketchy. But for Mourinho, Mourinho, it's up and down. It's up and down because you look at what he did for Chelsea, what he did for FC Porto, what he did for Inter Milan, what he did with Real Madrid in La Liga. Amazing. But you look at his struggles in his second stint at Chelsea. You look at flipping how the United thing ended. So it is looking as if this could be the whole Wenger thing, where Wenger started amazingly well, revolutionized how football was played in England, and then just down. So that's the thing, man. It's like, if you want to judge Mourinho of now, it's going to be hard to put him in there, you know, because the last few years for him have been sketchy. And this Tottenham thing, I told you when he was hard, I wasn't a fan, because I could just say this isn't a good fit. This is not a good fit. This is not a good fit, man. Harry Kane will leave at the end of the season. I'll be surprised if Kane... See, for me, like, for Kane now, this is really about who are you as a player. See, Kane, if you're a coward that lacks ambition, you will just stay at Tottenham and just continue to start pad. Hey, golden boot here, just coming to start pad. If you've got character and you've got balls and you have respect for yourself and you want to achieve things and win things, you have to leave Tottenham, because it's not just because of Tottenham in and of themselves. It's the football climate. With every year, teams get harder and harder. People get harder and harder. The football gets harder and harder and harder. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for teams to be able to say, "What's up?" So, like, Tottenham are not winning. Like, I will guarantee you, Tottenham are not winning a trophy with Mourinho. Mourinho will not be able to win them a trophy. And I know that's what Mourinho wants, because it's almost mission impossible. I don't care whether it's the FA Cup or Carabao Cup. there will always be that team that will stop them on their path, either in the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. And what's it called? So even in the Europa League, they're not going to go all the way in the Europa League. It's not happening. It's just not happening, because there are certain intangibles you need to win a trophy, and those intangibles Tottenham just don't have. Tottenham just don't have those intangibles, man. He could win the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I suppose. Pep will always be remembered as a super manager than Mourinho. Yeah, I mean, people, yes. But then look at who Pep has managed. Mourinho went to a broken Man United side that needed revitalization. He went to an Inter Milan side who never really won a Champions League, and he brought them back up. Like Mourinho, Chelsea had never won anything of any real. They'd never won the league before Mourinho got there. They never did anything in Europe before Mourinho got there. So Pep, yeah, he may be remembered, but if people look into it, look at the teams that Pep has joined. So that's very different from the teams that Homeboy has joined, man. So, guys, those likes, so man, hit those likes, man. Like that vid, guys, like that vid. From Just Beston, who says, HH needs a hug. First Zad, now moves. Sad days, man. What do you mean by sad? Sad days in terms of what? In terms of what? Look, man, what is there to be sad about? One game, only one game. From JD Bose, who said, when Spurs gets a new manager, they will do better. No, look, I've said before that this is nothing against Mourinho. There's nothing against Uncle Mo, but this was the wrong manager for them. Tottenham needed a coach. A coach that made them play a particular brand of football. And by them not having that, I think they made a big mistake. And you have to look at Levy. Levy, I think, was arrogant in getting Mourinho, because Levy felt, and he thought, you know what, if we get Mourinho, this is what we're going to be able to do. We're going to be able to achieve this. We're going to be able to achieve that. But it's not going to happen, because I think that Tottenham have to realize what their level is, and they have to realize what they're about. Unless they realize what they're about, then they're going to continue failing. And I just think that they were overly ambitious in thinking that if we get Mourinho, it's going to win us a trophy. Mourinho, just like many managers, if he wants me to win a trophy, I need the cash. When Mourinho went to Chelsea, he had the money to buy the specific players he needed to win that trophy. So, Levy, it is very short-sighted of you to say, just by Mourinho coming in there, we're going to now do. No, that's not how it works. Sorry, that is not how it works. It is far more complex than that. So that's the thing, man. That's things that without having that, he was the wrong coach. He was the wrong coach. He was the wrong manager. But look, guys, it's one game. Who knows where we'll be after 5 or 6 games? So, you see, again, people say, oh, don't be reactionary. You guys are being reactionary by saying it is the first game of the season, and people Everton are going to be amazing. They're going to be a threat. Hams will be superb. Tottenham are done. Mourinho should be sacked after one game. After one game. Now, let's see after 10 games. Let's see where we're after 15 games. Then after 15 games, let's see. If I'm seeing loss after loss, L after L after L, then I get it and I understand, man. Guys, look, man, that's all from me. I will see you guys later on the Hangout. Hangout will be from Sunday. Well, Hangout will be tonight from 11 p.m. BST, man. All I'm saying is this, guys. I know you want to hate him. I know you want to say all this crap about him. But please, please, please respect Mourinho. Mourinho has given this world a lot of things. And I just think that it is very foolish of people to be disrespecting Mourinho like this. Everton, quality, amazing. James Rodriguez looking sexy as heck. Tottenham, get a playmaker, get some wing backs who can cross, and then maybe, just maybe, you can be able to do something. Sep 14, Werner and Kai. Be prepared. We're rolling our popping bottles. Peace out.